Hello, welcome to A VO's Journey. Today we're talking about an individual who, many of you know as Brandon Sanderson, okay? A very famous best-selling author and who has been at odds with Audible over the last year or two regarding the price of royalties that Audible offers their authors. Now, I'm going to talk about what's going on and an article that he posted just yesterday. On the 5th of March, and the exciting news for authors and Audible. Now, I'm excited about this, but I do want to share a caveat. As of right now, all the news that we're hearing about this change in the royalty share prices for on Audible for authors, and that's going to be going up, hopefully in the next year. All I'm hearing right now is about the authors, which is very exciting. I'm not hearing any news about how that's going to affect the voice actors, okay, who are doing the work of the voice acting. So I just want to lay that out there as a caveat because I'm very excited about the news, but at the same time, I've tried to search around, and because it's this brand new kind of breaking type news, there's and because Sanderson, of course, focusing on authors as he should. He's an author, but for us, there's no mention of anything how it's going to affect the narrators. Okay, but with that being said, I'm going to assume that it's going to help the narrators also. All right, because what I'm going to explain to you what's going on, and hopefully we can figure it out, or you can figure it out and get an idea of what's happening. So, as you know, right now, if you are an author or a narrator on ACX, the authors or rights holders publish an audiobook through ACX, and if they go exclusively with ACX, they get a 40% royalty for every book that's sold, and then a percentage of every credit that's sold, okay, from the which has changed over the years, but of Amazon's or Audible's subscription service. And if they're non-exclusive, meaning that they can put the book on other platforms as well, they get a 25% royalty. Now, we all know that's extremely low across the board. For many other platforms, most places, it's 70% or more. Okay, but Audible has been one of the lowest out there. And, of course, it's the largest. Okay, and it's caused a lot of authors, and especially author like Brandon Sanderson, to really go after Audible in the sense of he withheld a lot of his books from going to being audiobooks published through there, and told them they got to get their act together basically for the author community. So I guess, through this article that he shares, and I'll have a link below to the article. It's a good one. Read it. He says he's been working with them over the last year or two, and working through trying to get ACX Audible to raise their rates for authors that royalty share. All right. Now, as you know, since we're voice actors, right, we go into royalty share with a lot of authors. Okay, and I understand someone like Brandon Sanderson, and I can't speak because I don't know how he's doing his, but basically a lot of the larger authors, they're going to go through a publishing company, right? They might have their own, and they'll hire their own voice actors. They'll pay them. It's not a lot of times the bigger publishers, they don't do royalty share, but a lot of us, right, we do royalty share with authors, so we share in that 40%. So not only do we or the authors don't get 40% even, we get 20%. That's all we get is 20%. And if it's 25% limited, we get like nothing. There's not even a royalty share split, I think, with that. So it's a joke, or it's very small. But the 40% has been typical forever, or since they put it out there, and it was 20 for the author, 20 for the narrator. Now, Sanderson says that they flew out to present, some of the higher ups of Audible flew out to present to him and his studio the proposed new structure. And while it wasn't everything that he was hoping for, it is a lot better than what it's been, and it's an increase. So, and that they should be releasing it in 2024. And again, while it's not everything, it's better, a lot better than what it was, and it's going to be more than a couple of percentage points up. Now, I did say that the split between the exclusive and non-exclusive is still going to be about the same. When it comes to the distance between them, which right now it's about 15%, 15 basis points, but it's still, all of it's going to rise. Now, again, if we logically, which this is a hope. This is a hope, because, and again, I'm not, nothing against Brandon. Really, I mean, so thankful that he's been doing this and fighting this fight. But, there is no mention of the narrators or audiobook narrators in this. So, but logically, if all things stayed the same other than them just rising the rates, you would think that if it goes up to 50% or 60%, all right, he did say that it's not going up to 70% yet, all right, but let's say it goes up to 50%. So if it goes up to 50%, then logically, then we would both share, okay, if we do royalty share, which a lot of us do on ACX, all right, to go on Audible, it would be 25-25. So we would both see a 5% increase, okay? Now, that's the logical thing here. I don't know if that's what's actually going to happen. Do they increase the authors and decrease the narrators? You know what I mean? I hope they wouldn't do that. I mean, that's a possibility. Anything is, because we don't know, but I hope they wouldn't do that. I hope they don't pick it up by decreasing the rate they give to the narrators. Do you know what I'm saying? Because technically they could do like 30% to the authors and 10% to the narrators. All right. Because, they've had the controversial thing about them offering Kindle direct publishing people, because that's how independent authors put their books. They have to put them on Kindle first, that goes into Amazon, and then from there they can put an audiobook on through ACX onto Audible. Okay, but they got to have it on Kindle, and Kindle's released that where they can people can have their books done in AI with AI voice. So that's been very again controversial, but I haven't seen anybody here talking about that part. They're only talking about their part of the pie. Again, I love the change in general. I'm very excited about it. I hope that it brings all of us up together. All right. But I hope that it doesn't have one group getting, way more and the other group getting shafted. I'm hoping that Audible does the right thing, and we all, they help all of us together. Okay, so anyways, that's the sad look, if you will, from a standpoint of could it not affect narrators. But I'm optimistic, thinking that Audible is going to do the right thing, and all of us are going to be raised together. Okay, and I think that could be a good thing. Okay, for all of us, because I think, as we know, you know what I mean, we can, that industry, audio entertainment, we have Academy Voices Entertainment now. A lot of this is being born out of the issues that are going on with Audible, and how a lot of authors are frustrated, a lot of narrators are frustrated with them, because we put in a lot of work and really get pennies for it, while Amazon and Audible hold on to the majority of all of the money that comes in from that. So I'm very optimistic about this. I'm very excited. I know I don't know Brandon. I know he doesn't know me, but I want to thank him for all the work that he's been doing for this. And, I hope that, it also cross my fingers, includes voice actors as well, which I'm optimistic it does. Okay, so anyways, again, I'll put that link below. But if not, for all things in purpose, it will help all of us in the sense that hopefully it will attract more authors back to ACX. All right, and that will be good for us because, as you know, there was a time where it was a lot more lucrative to be on ACX and Audible for authors and narrators, right? There was a time when it was first going, years and years ago, where Amazon used to split. So like if somebody would sign up on Amazon and they signed up for a subscription, and with their subscription, the first thing they bought was a book you narrated, you shared bonuses with the author. Like, like it would be like a $50 bonus and you guys would share $25 just for them signing up. And this was, this was happening, right? I mean, people sign up quite often and they would buy the book with the first credit and you got bonuses. There was also, you got, and from that, right, you did not have to, like, it was just through Amazon. It was not through links. But now, and then Amazon went through and changed. Audible changed all of it. And they took all of that away and said, now the only way you can get the benefits of these things is that you have to market it yourself, and the people have to purchase it through your links that you market. And this decimated so many people's earnings on Audible and ACX, especially for authors and narrators. It was awful. And it sparked not only a huge outcry in our communities, but this, I'll call it the dark ages of ACX, and this onslaught of scams and books that don't belong to people, and putting them up. And there's been a lot, and I've not spoke about this publicly, but the voice actors went through a lot of shite, right? We went through a lot because, and it's really sad because I've coached and worked with so many voice actors, and so many of us would do an entire book, spend 30, 40, 50, 60 hours working on a book for Amazon or Audible to come back and be like, oh, sorry, it's not that person doesn't have the rights. We have to remove the book. You get nothing. You don't get any money. You don't get reimbursement for your time. You don't get any reimbursement for the work. You get nothing. It's removed. It's gone. Bye-bye. We've been through a lot, and it's frustrating. I am getting passionate about it because if you think back about it, that's not right. I mean, it's not right. And we've known that. So what's happened is it's pushed a lot of people away. All right. From an author standpoint, and think of the authors, they got people claiming that they own their books. All right. So, there's a lot that Audible has capitalized on all of us and not addressed those issues. I'm glad to see they're addressing one of these issues that Brandon has been championing, but I think they have a lot more issues to address that I've not seen them come out with. And quite frankly, I don't know if, them offering AI voice really is the best way to go. Okay? To cut people out, that's their answer. All right, I don't know. This was a positive video, and so we got some passion in there about that other part, because you don't want to. We should not forget what happened. And like I said, I called it the Dark Ages. You guys know, you're watching. Many of you. I've had my books removed too for whatever reason. Whether or not, I don't know, their disputes. I mean, the problem is there's a lot of voice actors that get really shafted. So that's again why I'm like, I'm optimistic that with the changes to the website, with them trying to change the payment structure, it seems like they are moving forward. ACX. Now, I've offered to have them come multiple times, people from ACX, to speak at a Viewers Journey Leader conference. Every email I get back from them says there's no one here that does that. I'm sure they're wonderful people there, you know what I mean? And I know they're busy, and who am I? But, it would be nice for them to address something in the industry for voice actors, you know what I mean? Not just AI doing their audiobooks. And I'm hoping that with this stuff with Brandon, which is wonderful, that they will also bring up and address the crappiness that's happened to audiobook narrators as well. All right, so I usually don't do that kind of passionate stuff. I try to stay more pragmatic about things, not press my own opinions upon other businesses and so forth, because, I just don't agree with, it was my opinion. It's not my business. But in this case, I've seen so many voice actors get screwed badly. I mean, just really screwed. And, it's not right. And they have a lot to answer for. So I'm hoping that this is a step in the right direction. So again, thank you so much, Brandon, for doing what you're doing. And I'm hoping that this is not only wonderful for authors, but also for audiobook narrators. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Don't forget, we're having our St. Patrick's Day special starting on Monday for VO's Journey Elite Academy, and being a part of Academy Voices Entertainment with all of our new audio drama series coming out, which you get exclusive access to, possibly being cast in them. And we do pay for that. So, there's a lot of wonderful things. Check that out. It's only going to be for next week for St. Patrick's Day special. Okay? Have a good one, everybody. Thank you. Have a great Friday. Bye-bye.